Hi. Now that I'm wanting to grow Lisa Sanctuary and use it as a tool to create awareness of domestic violence, empower women, and support you all to become the best version of you, I thought it would be useful to tell my story. So, as I stand right now, I am a single mum of 5. I work full time as an early childhood educator, and life is pretty busy as I try to juggle all the hats associated with parenting, being an employee, and the network that's around me. Now, while I do have a long way to go, there are lots of things that I would like to manifest into my life. There are lots of things that I would like to include, experiences and people into my life and Lisa Sanctuary. It wasn't always like this. I've come from a much different place from where I am now. So a little bit of background. When I was growing up, life was pretty good. Obviously there were some ups and downs, but my childhood was generally pretty good. Mum and Dad separated when I was a teenager, about 14, I think, 13, 14. And not long after that, we lost our family home, and some things happened with my dad, which I don't feel the need to go into here, but he chose a sort of a different path in life, and Mum lost the family home, and we were sort of relegated to renting, and Mum struggled. Mum struggled financially as a single mum, paying rent and the bills, and she'd been a stay-at-home mum for many years, so we struggled. I fell into a bad crowd, as rebellious teenagers sometimes tend to do, and I dabbled in a bit of drugs. Got made some really wrong choices, made some bad choices, made some not so great decisions, and I ended up pregnant at 15, and I had my first baby at 16. I do credit my childhood, the way my parents raised me, as the main factor in me turning my life around for the sake of my baby. So I did pick my game up. I did pull it together. I did become a better person. I did become, I tried to be a really good mum. So while I was with my ex-husband, who was then my partner, boyfriend, we struggled a lot. It's really hard to live your life and when you're a baby yourself and raise a baby. So I was a baby raising a baby. I wasn't old enough to drive. I wasn't old enough to sign a lease. I wasn't old enough to sign important documents. And I was still growing myself. I was still learning about myself. I was still learning about life in its very early stages. So life was really tough, and we rented for a long time. We lived in public housing. I have scraped up money for bread and milk. I have searched my car, the back of the lounge, for coins to buy milk for my kids. And I lived in an abusive marriage, which I do talk about. I have self-published a book, but I do talk about it. It's something that I've decided to tell because silence hides violence, pretty much. And it's just about letting others know that there is life after domestic violence. You can create a beautiful life out of a life that you were previously just despairing over. I am now thriving rather than just barely surviving. And that's what I want Lisa Sanctuary to do, is give hope. So that was my story up until pretty much up until I left my ex-husband, which did happen under pretty intense circumstances. I did need police intervention. There was a whole big range of emotions and feelings and details and things, and obviously, that's just way too long for what I want in this video. Like I did say before, I have self-published a book called Why I Stayed, in response to the question that I got asked so many times. So life wasn't always great. Right now, I am a single mum of 5 kids. Um, Life's pretty good. I consider myself a spiritual person, and I'm happy. I really am just content with where I am, and so eager for what's next to come, for what I'm manifesting. So this is my manifestation journey. I would like to take you on this manifestation journey. So I bought my first house when I was 29, I think it was 28, 29. And right now I live in the house that I built and moved into 12 months ago. It has been a journey. Um, like I said, I lived in public housing, in government housing, with my ex-husband, um, and I have scraped for bread and milk. Right now, there are still some things that I would like to do. I'm working on growing Lisa's Sanctuary. I would like to manifest that into, um, a really good support network, a really useful tool for others. I am also wanting to manifest my soulmate. Not sure if I'm quite ready for him at this point in time, but it is definitely on my list to manifest at some point. So I just wanted to put that out there, give my story really briefly. A lot of these videos that I do may have my kids or dogs in the background. I am a busy mum, single mum of 5, and it's just how it is. My videos are raw, they're unedited. I just tell it like it is. I just say it. There's rarely any scripts. Sometimes I might write notes and things, but I just like to use these videos just to speak, just to sort of refine my speaking abilities and how I present myself. And I mean, I'd love your comments. I'd love any constructive criticism. Any ideas on videos would be fantastic. And we'll just go from there. So that's a little bit about my story, what I'm wanting to manifest. I'm hoping to take you on this manifestation journey with me, and we'll see how we go.